another live stream, because that's what I do every Sunday. Well, that's not every Sunday, but what happened was I started a couple minutes late because my freaking live stream code wasn't set up to the right channel because I'm a doofus. So that's what happened there. So what's going on with you guys? Anything? Got the wheel pen send right here. I'm gonna put it right up front so you can see. So what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I took it down. Wheel pen send right here. I'm gonna put it right up front so you can see. So what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. See all of that. Put it right up front so you can see. So what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. See all of that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. See all of that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on with you things that are on it? I guess if I so you can see me. Took it down. Wheel pen send right here. All that. Put it right up front so you can see. I'm actually what's going on. Did that fix it? Let me know if that fixed it, because I think that was the problem. I didn't have my video muted. I muted my actual computer. I didn't mute the video because I'm an idiot. That's fine. All right. Now that we fixed that, what's up, guys? So yeah, I am getting. I guess I could turn on the AC, otherwise I'm gonna die. I'm getting together with my backyard wrestling group on Saturday, so we're gonna watch a bunch of old videos from that. There you go. You can see me. And then, since I have all the matches separated now, I can start uploading them on my channel, so you guys can see them in all their ridiculousness and excuse me. The word I'm looking for is probably. They're not politically correct, if I can say that much. At least some of the commentary. Not my fault. But some of the stuff said on there is not safe for those people easily offended. You cannot have these. They're chocolate. You will die. Okay, go away now. Can you? No, I did not. Watch out. No, but there's other stuff that I've been watching back, and it's like, you have to realize that they were teenagers in like middle 2000s. Oh, T's in the house. I didn't see that. But yeah, Tyler's going to be there. Because I'm going to take him. Bobby's going to be there. Lots of different backyard stuff to show. Lots of various ridiculousness. And like I said, I already have some on the channel. I already have some on my YouTube channel. So go check those out. The actual quote-unquote in-ring gets better as the years go along. 2003 was kind of weak, but there's some good stuff there. At least some entertaining stuff that you'll just laugh at it. Let me put it this way. If you watch it, do not take it seriously at all. Because if you take it seriously, it ruins it. Now, like I said, I have the wheel Pensen right beside me, right here. Get in the shot a little more. I need to find like a cover for that light or something, because it's very hard to see the text on white with this thing. What's that? Ooh, ooh. But yeah, I'm going to get to your guys' comments. I know I started a little late today. I started a couple minutes late because I had my stream key set up on the wrong stream. So yeah, I will get to your guys' comments. Of course, the No DQ 24/7 Super Chat Championship, whatever the hell it's called now. I don't know. It changes on me. Super Chat Championship is on the line. A $5 donation will get you a championship reign. Any more than that will get you a championship reign too. $10 gets you a spin of this wheel, this lovely thing. Chance to win one of my pro wrestling t-shirts. And speaking of that, I actually opened a new store for Teespring as well. I know Aaron did. I'm just following suit. And I'm going to have a lot more stuff up there because they don't take long to approve everything. In fact, it's pretty immediate. So hopefully I'll have a lot more stuff up there, a lot more stuff for you guys to choose from if and when you do win a shirt. So I'll give you quite a few options. All right. So let's see. Chris Mace wanted to know if I would join him and Noah for a 205 Live Matters is coming Friday night. Friday night I will be preparing for the get-together. So unfortunately I will be busy Friday nights. I'll have to let you guys know though. I would eventually like to get on an episode, but I'd also have to watch 205 Live. I'm pretty terrible with watching the live shows, so I would just have to catch up before I film. I'll let. If I ever want to get on a show with you guys, I'll let you know. Especially since I'm starting a new job next week. It's going to be very difficult. The Crow. Well, there you have it, folks. Rollins is officially the new Reigns and will be booed by 2020. Couldn't they give him his automatic rematch instead of putting him in the Battle Royal? Well, there's technically no automatic rematch clauses anymore. But, you know, it just all depends on how they feel that day, I guess. Mike Nixon, good afternoon, Greg. You going to check out Steelers training camp at all this year? Not in person. I never get down. I never get down to St. Vincent to check it out. One of these days, I would like to. Unfortunately, I will likely be busy during Steelers training camp. I'll probably be doing stuff with a new job, but I am excited for the preseason to start. And I'm not sure what my stream schedule is going to be during football season. I will try to do the Sunday streams before the pay-per-views, but aside from that, I may have to move to like, I want to say Thursday night, but I don't know about that. Just because SmackDown will be moved to Friday, so Aaron won't be doing his post shows then. I maybe Tuesday night streaming, because there won't be anything there in October. I don't know, but Sundays are going to be very tough with Steelers football, and Saturdays I won't be able to get a consistent streaming schedule with that because of Notre Dame football. Notre Dame football takes precedence over pretty much anything. So, hate to say that. No, I don't. I love the Irish. But football season's going to be very tough for my streaming schedule. Just to let you guys know. I'll probably make a decision closer to, maybe once the preseason's over and college football season starts. But we'll have to figure something else out. Mr. Anderson, I just want to pass this comment. I would like Greg to do commentary on SmackDown. That'd be fun. Me and Graves, two Pittsburgh guys. Maybe I'll tweet Graves and be like, "Hey, I know you trained me. Do you want to get me on the commentary table with you and Phillips and Saxton, I guess." Whatever. Kane Yo-Yo, who's the current no DQ 24/7 365 7-Eleven champion? I'm not sure because nobody's attempted it this stream. As far as I'm concerned, the championship has a different. It's the same championship, but it's a separate championship because if you watch Aaron's streams, the last person to hold it is the last person to super chat money, and then it carries over to this stream also. So if anybody submits a super chat or Streamlabs, I count either one, honestly. If anybody sends a super chat or a Streamlabs, you get the super chat championship. You could possibly get a wheel spin depending on how much you donate, and that's that. So if you spin for a T-shirt today, then I'll give you the links to both my Pro Wrestling Tee store and my Teespring store, because there's multiple options of what you can possibly choose. And it has to be. I do have, like, on the Teespring store, I have like hoodies and stuff, hoodies and pillows for one of my designs because it just looks freaking awesome. The spin is for the T-shirts only. Because if I just got everybody hoodies and stuff, especially with how much they are, I'd be broke doing this stream, even with all the donations. So, that's that. Have a Smoke and Relax is in the house. What's up? Mr. Anderson, so you're saying I should watch it like I watch Raw, because I don't watch Raw seriously. Yeah, with the BYWE stuff, you can't take it seriously. It's just ridiculousness all the way through. I realized looking back at it, like, I took it really seriously when I was doing it. But now looking back, it's like, yeah, you're a goofy ass. What are you doing? I was going to say because that's the closest I'll ever get to an actual ring, but that's not true. I work the Indies for plus. Mr. Anderson, 205 Live. I haven't watched that since Neville was champ. That's been hop, skip, and a jump ago. King Yo-Yo, what's your favorite obscure pro wrestling branded product? I think the Roddy Piper Bubblegum soda was interesting. I'm not really sure the answer to that. I've seen, like, pro wrestling branded underwear and stuff, which is not, like, from the WWE. It's just, like, a bunch of people designing, like, underwear for legends. It's like, it kind of looks like they're tights. So that's kind of obscure, a little bit obscure and kind of weird, but at the same time, it's kind of awesome. So, Eli Bands, hey Greg, you hear they planning on changing Liv Morgan's character, and Greg, what are some good healthy stuff I should buy? Well, they need to change both Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan's entrance themes because they're not part of the Riot Squad anymore. They're supposed to be on their own, so why are they still coming out to the Riot Squad music? Drives me nuts. So yeah, changing her character, giving her a new singular identity will be a good thing. And that's probably what the whole thing with Charlotte was on SmackDown. Just setting that up. As far as healthy stuff you should buy, I don't know if I'm the expert with that since I'm eating Pop-Tarts on here. I don't know, vegetables. Get some vegetables, get some meat. Protein and all that stuff. I don't know. I'm no health expert. That's why I got the gut on it. The Croak. Greg, could we see Orton dethrone Kofi at SummerSlam? I want the 14th time win and hold it till Mania. I don't know if we see that. It would be... I don't know if I want Orton to be the one to dethrone Kofi, because he's not full-time. I think Kofi beats Orton. I see Kofi holding the championship until, like, Hell in a Cell time frame. If that's still the name of the pay-per-view, I don't know if they change them every day. Or TLC or something like that. We know he doesn't have to worry about Brock anymore, because Brock cashed in his briefcase. Or maybe even like the first SmackDown on Fox, something big happens. But you figure they have to have a big moment on SmackDown for their debut on Fox. They have to. Otherwise, it's just another episode. Mr. Anderson, do you think WWE should turn Roman Reigns heel to join Shane McMahon like The Rock did when he joined the corporation? Glorious. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend. I covered up your name. I'm sorry about that. Dustin Herrick just subscribed to my channel. I'll have to fix that. So let's put this. So that shouldn't. Cool. That should affect it now. But yeah, if you go subscribe to my channel, you get to hear that. Apologies, Dustin. I didn't realize my social media handle was getting in the way. It's the first time I've played off the street. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend. Kane Yo-Yo just subscribed to my channel. I appreciate it. Appreciate the subscriptions. You get more graphics if you go to streamlabs.com/luckatthedraw1 and send in you can send in a donation that way through your credit card or PayPal or whatever. And you get a fun little graphic down there. And you get your name in the upper right. Right here. The Crow, as a Sooners fan, will sweep the floor with Notre Dame this season. Well, I know Oklahoma and Notre Dame have been pretty tough games. You got the Big 12 to worry about. I wouldn't. I don't think Oklahoma and Notre Dame played this year. They don't. I didn't think they played each other this year. You just worry about Texas and beating them because you didn't last year. Although that game was insane. That Oklahoma-Texas game in the regular season. Absolutely insane. King Yo-Yo, what are your thoughts on Joey Ryan's massive dong? It's giving him a lot of paychecks, isn't it? I mean, good for him for making a gimmick work for him. That's really pervy. I mean, he is like the king of sleeves, so king of dong style. Yeah. Where am I at? Brandon Dvorak, do you think WWE should bring back Halloween Havoc? I would like them to bring back pay-per-views. I don't like the gimmick pay-per-views, and here's why. Like TLC, Hell in a Cell, I'm sure there's more than that. Extreme Rules to a certain extent. To have matches get stipulations just for the sake of giving them stipulations because of the event that you're at. It's like, if a rivalry is personal enough, that's when you throw in the stipulation. I don't like stipulations being forced on matches it doesn't need to be a part of. Now, don't get me wrong, there have been some great matches at those pay-per-views, but I don't like the fact that the stipulations are forced. Exception to that rule, the Royal Rumble, because that one always has a purpose. But even like the Elimination Chamber to some aspect. You have a chamber match just because you have to have a chamber match. It ruins the appeal, in my opinion. If you annually have the match just to have the match, again, Royal Rumble aside, it doesn't make sense to me. Dustin Herrick, it's me, that D-O-double-G. Dustin Herrick, Snappadoo Slim Jim. Oh, yeah. Eli Bands. Thanks, I eat snacks here and there. I eat snacks all the time. Steelers, respect 90. Drew McIntyre should beat Kofi for the championship. If he used the wildcard rule, which they're supposed to be phasing out soon, hopefully. But Drew's on Raw and Kofi's on SmackDown, so I don't see that happening. Maybe they'll build up Drew for Brock. That would be nice. See Brock in the Claymore kick in the face. That'd be awesome. Chris Cahill. I'd rather see Orton beat Kofi and drop it to Aleister Black come Survivor Series. It might be a little soon for Aleister Black to get into the WWE Championship picture. Not everybody needs like thrust up that title picture right away. I don't see Orton beating Kofi. I mean, it could happen. My opinion might change between now and SummerSlam, but as of this moment, I don't see Randy Orton beating Kofi Kingston. I just don't see it. Of course, the underlying story is there. The underlying story is there from their like 08, 09 feud. The whole stupid thing. And the feud that they had, which never really got its own conclusion. The Crow, Greg, what's JR's best call? My two favorites was Cena's Rumble return in 08 and Austin's heel turn at Mania's. JR's commentary gave me goosebumps. What about yours? King of the Ring 98, too. Good God Almighty! Good God Almighty! That killed him! Like, JR sold that moment brilliantly. Like, his concern for Mick Foley for flying off the cell. Just his commentary of that entire match. Which, looking back at it, the match itself wasn't actually that long. As far as, like, bell to bell, because Taker throwing Mankind off the cell and then through the cell was not actually part of the match. It took a little bit, then the bell rang, and then the match actually started. Jeff and I actually just rewatched that a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it was almost a month ago when the match actually happened. And, yeah, if you want to watch our rewatching of that video, you can go to my channel and watch it after the stream. The Robobuck, speaking of Rude, what is going on with him? I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to keep him in the fold. He was just on Raw in one of those goofy 2 out of 3 falls matches. Which, that's another stipulation that's being overdone with crap. At least with Cole and Gargano, it makes sense. Because they have a rivalry, and the 2 out of 3 falls match is going to be basically a 3 stages of hell. Same concept. Mr. Anderson. Drew McIntyre's just been the muscle guy for Dolph, Baron Corbin, and Shane McMahon since he's been back to WWE. He'll get his spot. He's already been tag champion with Dolph also. Rick Morone, nice shirt, Greg. Thank you. It's tie-dye. It's actually tie-dyed Irish colors. What do you think is Daniel Bryan's big announcement? I read somewhere he might be joining 205 Live. Kind of a waste for him on 205 Live, don't you think? Even if he fits that. There's other stars on 205 Live right now that need the time. Why should I give Daniel Bryan the Cruiserweight Championship and just have him go on a freaking tear for the entire division? Better quarterback for Oklahoma, Kyler Murray, or Baker Mayfield? That's tough because Mayfield was only in his rookie year last year with the Browns, and he actually did pretty decent for himself. Like I'm obviously a Steelers fan, but I can't discount what Baker Mayfield did for the Browns. If they stick with him, they actually might be a threat in the AFC North. So that should be interesting. I know Joe Flacco went to, I believe, the Broncos from the Ravens because they're switching him out too. It's going to be an interesting fight. I don't think the Bengals are going to be much of a threat this year. They lost Montez Perfect to the Raiders. Good for them. But, yeah, I don't... It's hard to compare Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield because Murray's still in college. But let him finish his... Or is he still in college? Or did he get drafted? I have to remember. I thought he was just like a rookie. Oh, he went to the Arizona Cardinals. Forgive me. It's been a couple months since I watched the draft live, so I couldn't remember. So yeah, we'll see how Murray does in Arizona. It's kind of a little shot to Oklahoma that you're going to have to go with somebody else, but Oklahoma's always seemed to have a powerful offense, so we'll see how that goes. Orton and Cena don't deserve any more championship runs. This is from Steelers Respect 90. They need to put over other talent. Well, Cena doesn't really wrestle anymore. And Orton putting over other talent, I mean, he's had enough championship runs. He's had, 13 world title runs and his other tag team in Intercontinental. It'd be kind of funny if they actually gave Orton the 24/7 championship and just have him like RKO a bunch of people in random places. King Yo-Yo, what are your thoughts on Tommy Dreamer talking about how he's plotting to murder Paul Heyman before he got signed with WWE? You know, I've never been a huge... What am I trying to say? I understand, like, being depressed. I've been... And depression is a very scary thing because it makes you very desperate to do things that may not be wise, but you're not rationally thinking. Tommy Dreamer, granted, was upset because Heyman essentially left ECW and let it fold to jump to WWE. And Tommy Dreamer, for those that don't know the story, Dreamer was talking about shooting Heyman at WrestleMania 17 and then turning the gun on himself. Like, that's how bad his depression was. Fortunately, he got signed with WWE 3 months later. He probably wouldn't have if he would have admitted that then. But depression's a very scary thing, guys. And you never know who's going through it. So here's what I'll say to that. If there's somebody you haven't talked to in a while, and you don't know if they're going through anything or not, talk to them. talk to them, see how they're doing, even if it's just catching up with them real quick. Reach out to people, because you never know what somebody's going through. So they may, like, even just talking to somebody, saying, hey, what's up, how you doing, I haven't talked to you in a while, blah, blah, blah. Like, stuff like that could possibly save a life. Because you never know what somebody's going through. You never know. People are so different. They are so different that it's very... You never know what they're thinking. It's very tough to, like... I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Because this is a very sensitive topic, too. But if somebody is depressed, like, they're not right in the head. And all it may take to bring them out of it is, like, somebody reaching out to them and showing them love. So if you know somebody who's going through something, reach out to them, show them some love. That might be all they need. And if there's more that they need to work through, be there for them. That's all I gotta say about that. Let me see. Ken terminated by Google's in the house. What's up? Did you guys talk about the Jeff Hardy debacle last week with him getting arrested due to public intoxication? I believe we touched on that. He was responsible for his own actions. It's very rough to see him go through that. Somebody's got to help him at some point. Otherwise, his story is just going to end up being a tragic one. Chris Cahill, speaking of SummerSlam, what would be your top 10 SummerSlams of all time? Top 10 SummerSlam events. Jeez. In no particular order, 2002, which actually probably would be number one. 2013 was a really good one. 1997 was a solid one. 98 was also. 4. 2000 SummerSlam is enjoyable. 2004. 2006. 1992, because that was the first event I watched ever. 2014 was a good one too. And throw in one or two more. I can't think. I would actually have to like sit down and make a list, but off the top of my head, those are good ones. Don Wooding's in the house. Good afternoon, Mr. Cherry. Good afternoon, Don. What's up? Mr. Anderson, Greg, you say you're a big Baron Corbin guy. I am. I was wondering, what is your favorite match of his? Well, his Extreme Rules match that he just had, and Dustin brought it up too in a later comment. His Extreme Rules match was probably one of his biggest moments ever, especially hitting the end of days on Becky Lynch. Like, that was super heel moment. It was so good. Like, if any time showcased how good a heel Corbin is, it was that moment right there. That probably is one of my favorite matches of his, the one we just saw. But also the match he did with, what was it? It was him, Lashley, and McIntyre against the Shield at Elimination Chamber or something like that. It was a good match, too. Greg was a good song that will fit with Sarah Logan, or how about join with her husband? I mean, if she was part of the Viking Raiders, that would make sense. Ken says Dustin didn't Corbin have excellent matches in NXT. Probably his match with Samoa Joe at the first TakeOver Brooklyn. If you want to go back and watch that. Eli Bands, let them be a 3-person stable like Hardy's and Lita. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. I'm surprised they haven't put them together yet. But as far as what a good song for Sarah Logan would be, I mean, if she was with the Viking Raiders, theme song's kind of built into that group, so there you go. But I don't know. It'd probably be something that the CFOs make, because that's the way it is with pretty much everybody. King Yo-Yo, what are your thoughts on Sonny Kiss? I think he's a decent wrestler, but I hope the twerking isn't a full-time taunt. I haven't seen enough of him to judge. I saw him in the Casino Battle Royale for right before Double or Nothing. That's all I've really seen of him. I haven't seen. I'm still terrible about watching the AEW stuff. I was going to do it this past Friday, but we had really bad storms here. My internet kept kicking in and out, so I didn't really get a chance to sit down and watch it. It was a goal, but it didn't happen. I do plan on sometime, at some point, sitting down and watching AEW. Just depends when I actually have the time to do it. Let's see here. Is Cena confirmed for Raw Reunion, and would love to see Austin beat Truth 24/7 title. We need views putting it on Austin his eyes, and he wouldn't have to wrestle. Yeah, we'd have to drop the title. You figure if Austin just took the title and walked away, you'd never see it again. Because Austin's not going to compete for it. There's talk about giving it to Santino. If any character would fit for that title, it would be Santino. We'll just bring out the Cobra. Watch Maverick win it back from Truth, and then Santino hit him with the Cobra and then run off with him. The Crow, Kevin Federline dethrones Kofi. He is undefeated in the WWE ring. He has defeated a former WWE champion before, so there's that. Steelers Respect 90. I almost said Andre. Andrade should win the Royal Rumble next year. There was talk about him winning it this year, but that didn't happen. Mr. Anderson, Ken, are you going to be the new Super Chat champion today? Dustin Herrick, what do you think about Brett, JR, and Bubba Dudley declining the Raw reunion? JR works for AEW, Bubba Dudley works for ROH, so that's obvious. And Brett probably just doesn't want to do it, so it's their prerogative. They don't have to go. Besides, there's already enough people on the show that they're not going to be that missed. Depends, Anderson, Ken says. If Rift or Cherry are offering us a free spin, then yes. I don't even know if Aaron's in this chat. And Ken, you might want to fix the wording on yours, because you said it. The cops found Hardy passed away. You probably mean passed out, because Jeff Hardy's not dead. Mr. Anderson said all the years SummerSlam was in LA were my favorite. I would have said 95, but 95 is widely regarded as the worst SummerSlam. I would only put that in my top 10 because I was there. And I got to watch the ladder match live, so that's the only reason I'd want to go. Because Shawn and Razor in a ladder match. King Yuya, do you like a hairy pro wrestler that goes all natural? Yeah, all natural like Rusev, or one that goes tanned and shaved like Zack Ryder? I don't really care. As long as I can wrestle. And we got our first super chats. Ken terminated by Google. I was going to wait until Rift to offer a free spin. Anyways, if the wheel lands on Rose Stories, can you shoot on Graves? Corey Graves is possibly the best announcer on the main product. And yes, you did say passed away instead of passed out. So, Ken, you are officially the No DQ Super Chat champion. We'll see if anybody dethrones you during the course of this. So here we go. I'm going to take a look at this. I'm actually going to switch these screens here real quick so I can see this a little better. Maybe I'll see it a little better. Nice ones. Haha. Alright. Everybody listen. Haha to me. My name is Armando Alejandro Estrada. I can't roll my R's. Anyway, here we go. Which way is it going? This way. Here's your free spin, Ken. Let me make sure this is queued up. I have a sound effect queued up just in the event of that it comes down to that. So here we go. Here's your spin. Karaoke. All right. So you will be choosing, or you'll leave it up to me what song I sing. I have to switch these back for the sake of. So Ken, you get to choose what song I sing. Or you can leave it up to me. It's your call. I'll let you know if I know the song or not. Need to get my water ready. And if there's a karaoke version of it available too. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. While you think, I'll continue with the comments. It doesn't have to be a wrestling song at all, Ken. In fact, it'd probably be preferable if it wasn't. Dustin Herrick, I'm mostly excited about seeing Sid on Raw Reunion. I hope he gets the kind of promo. Yeah, it'll be interesting seeing Sid there. They might actually have him work a match and powerbomb somebody. King Yo-Yo. Austin takes the 24/7 title, throws it over a bridge, and a bunch of guys are swimming and fighting for the title in water. Where is Raw Reunion at, by the way? I don't even know. Chris Cahill, what are your thoughts on this 7-3 man that debuted at an NXT live show? And even though Vince likes larger-than-life wrestlers, how come recently the big guys get booked so bad? Unfortunately, you can't push everybody at the same time, but we'll see. I'm pretty sure he's like a basketball player from USF or something. So we'll see how he does. I hope he does well. I really do. Let me see. I have to scroll back down. Let's see the comments. If I can find a version of Bad Street, I'll do it, like the karaoke version. It'll be very tough to find, but I'll try. Like I said, it does not have to be a wrestling song, Ken. If I can't find it, then you'll have to get another one. Let's see. I'm not finding a karaoke version of it, Ken. So you'll have, preferably not a wrestling theme. Wrestling themes are typically limited to the entrance themes or dance. Go for it, Ken. What's your song? Let me tilt this up a little bit. So you can see me. There you go. I'm 16 back like this again. You have to realize a lot of the songs involved in wrestling, chances are they're not going to have karaoke versions. I don't know if I like. I know the song, Ken. I don't know if I know how it goes. I know it's the end of the world as we know it, but I only know the chorus. That's the problem with letting you guys choose the songs, because you don't know what I know. It's turning into kind of a disaster. I'm not scared of them. I don't know them. I know the song. I would be able to do it justice. Let's see. Star Factory Entertainment. Hi everyone. What's up? Good to see you. Ken, do you mind if I pick a song? I know it's your super chat, but because I don't know what is going on. Let me look to see what I have. I have another thing called Fade. Let me pick a karaoke song. I'm gonna go old school. I know Aaron will appreciate this. He's a big Beatles fan, so. I know Riff will appreciate this song. I'm hoping I can do it justice. I don't think I've got a computer plugged in. It'd be interesting. It'd be good to have that plugged in. The laptop doesn't die, but I'm not sure. Good job. Alright. So here we go. I'm going to sing for you the Beatles' Let It Be. And hope I do it justice. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. In my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. When the broken-hearted people living in a world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. Though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Hopefully taking this on. I need to reevaluate the karaoke songs I sing because they're too hot for me. I was like, hey, what are the karaoke songs from Facebook's? It hurts. Let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Yeah, let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Yeah. There you go. Okay, well, that was Mr. Anderson. Greg Cherry should be on The Voice or American Idol. No, I should not. I can't carry a tune in a bucket. Oh my goodness. Alright, so there you go. That was my karaoke song. I have fulfilled my super chat duty, unless of course somebody sends out another one and I have to send another one. There you go. My chat is being douche. Dustin Harris, someone make him rap some Tupac. Mr. Anderson, get ready for another title run from Moi. Listen, I thought about that, but I doubt Cherry does punk, let alone hip hop. I would, if you guys want me to do a rap, I'll find. I may find something I could do. I'm not doing rap as crap. I would have to find a song because I don't have any songs in that genre, but I probably could do some justice. And I'm not talking about Sid Justice. King Yo-Yo, I want to hear it do. I want to be a Hulkamaniac. Again, wrestling-related songs are not going to be likely appearing. King Yo-Yo, that's only when Meacham hosts the stream. There you go. Because Jeff fits that perfectly. Well, funny thing about Jeff, he will be coming back to the channel shortly. And that's all I'll say about that. We're working on something. Damn, it feels good to be a Kings to get up this. You missed me sing the Beatles, Aaron. You missed me sing a Beatles song. You, literally just missed it. You were waiting for him? Well, I could have meant EO was waiting for him. You'll have to request another song, Aaron. It's not like the Beatles had just one song, cried out loud. You could probably do Ice Ice Shake. Jeez. Yes, Ken is the current Super Chat champion. Sexual Healing by Marvin Gaye. Everybody's naming songs. If you want the songs, that's what this is for. You got to get a spin to get me to sing or dance or give me a shirt or do a wrestler's entrance or any of that. Think I give away this stuff for free, baby? I don't do that. Depending, it really depends on the day. King Yo-Yo Cosmos. Ken says, get ready for another long run. You know, my reaction room buddy, Devlin Husband, was actually the last Super Chat champion for my last stream. Losing my religion. Now you're just naming REM songs, okay. Again, you want the songs performed? The wheel's right over there. Put it out of camera because it's in the way. Left to right. There you go. So what else is going on, guys? It's tough because we don't have a pay-per-view for another 3 weeks. And it'll be interesting to see if all the no DQ people get on the live stream while they're in Toronto. We can just watch on their phones while they're waiting for the pre-show to start. Because unfortunately, I'll still be here. I was hoping to go to Toronto. It didn't happen. Ken says, I did request Walk This Way, but I think that song is Fast Versus 2. But it's up to you guys who want to super chat. King Yo-Yo, whose gear do you like modern day? I like Joey Ryan's floral tights and pads. Your favorite gear? Baron Corbin. No, I'm kidding. I wish he'd get actual gear. But if it's working for him, whatever. New Day always has entertaining gear. Like, their color schemes are good. Sasha Banks, whenever she's competing, she has pretty sweet gear too. Of course, her husband, for him, that's what he does. So that's why. Um, who else? Braze is definitely interesting, especially his new stuff. Who else has great gear? Johnny Gargano. Mr. Anderson, I would like to see Greg Cherry turn heel and Aaron him with the chair drop. When we're all together, we'll do. Tell you what, when we're all together, and Aaron's holding the camera, I'll throw something at him like the old video show days. Ken says, I was very happy when Wyatt came back. He's probably the only intriguing performer right now. Anderson, don't make Rift turn into Rift Aronson. You need a really bad episode of Raw for Aaron Rift to channel the spirit of Rift Aronson. Dustin Herrick, that's Sherry in the corner. Bet him in the spotlight, losing his religion. Never going to defend his trivia title. Oh no, I said too much. I haven't said enough. We're working on it. Jeff, fine, you want me to spill the beans, I'll spill the beans. Jeff's going to be the new host of the Trivia Challenge. We're going to make an official announcement this week. I need to tell you what, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to message Jeff right now, be like, hey, make an announcement for where is he? Make an announcement video for the return of WTC and tell them where they can send their contact info to. There you go. I gotta send Jeff a message to make an announcement video for a Wrestling Trivia Challenge coming back. I'm actually, funny you mentioned that, I'm in a tournament, I'm in a Wrestling Trivia tournament at the moment. My second round match is coming up this week, we're recording this week. The episode will be on Friday, you can go check that out. I'll be posting that on my Twitter and on my Facebook page, which I opened up a fan page because I don't accept people's friend requests for Facebook unless I know them. So if you want to go to my fan page, it's facebook.com/PA Sensation. And you can go like that. You can interact with me there also. Is the competition better? No. If I'm going to be completely honest, I'm going to smoke those guys so bad. The champion might be the toughest one. He's actually good, but the rest of the competition I'm gonna smoke. Like they're jointing up Van Dam. All right. King Yo-Yo, what's your opinion on Zack Sabre Jr.'s wrestling style? I wish more people had a style like him. I've only gotten to see a bit of Zack Sabre Jr. He's definitely a fantastic technical wrestler. But not everybody can adapt that style, especially to get to that level. It's very tough to get a good technical style going on. So Zack Sabre Jr. is doing that very well for himself. He did stay with the Indies, though, as opposed to signing with WWE. But maybe he feels he has more worth than just a cruiserweight division. I don't know. Mr. Anderson, so is the new Bray Wyatt going to wrestle with a mask on or off? Not sure the answer to that. He may just wrestle with a mask on, but he hasn't had a match yet. He probably will at SummerSlam. He'll probably have one against Finn. I'm sure I'm sure. Now I have to see that shirt. Now that you brought it up, I have to look for it. Oh, yeah. Okay. I see what you mean. To be fair, AJ probably didn't design that one. My wife's not going to chat. Mr. Anderson, the real question is, can Wyatt see with a mask on? Because Roland never performs with a mask on. He doesn't wear a mask anymore. Can't terminate my Google. Wyatt's mask is really cool, maybe because I'm starting to get into Slipknot. Too bad the Cherry isn't into Slipknot. I thought they were cool. Slipknot's a little too death metal for me. It depends. Yeah, that shirt's a terrible design. It really is. I don't know who thought, like it doesn't even. I am a metal fan. Death metal might be a little too much for me. It depends, really. I wonder if there's karaoke to Avenged Sevenfold. Because Hail of the King would be a good song to sing. Corn falling away from it. Everybody's listing songs. You got a super chat to get the songs done. I was actually just listening to Freak on Leash not too long ago. Funny enough, a remix of Freak on Leash is one of the characters' entrance themes. Basham Brothers. We get Woods on GM mode. Did Aaron already leave? I don't know. He's probably sulking because I sang a Beatles song and he wasn't here for it. I even took like forever to sing the song. He might be. Yeah, there he is. He's just waiting for some action in the chat room. See, now I feel bad. Somebody needs to super chat and hit karaoke so I can sing another Beatles song. Fortunately, this goes up so you can watch me sing it again. Although I need to find a good, like a Beatles song in my range, which is tough to do. The Cherry Riffs can't be waiting for some action. He's married. Yeah, he's about to get married. You corrected yourself. Yeah, he's engaged right now. Don't jump the gun. They're not married yet. They're good now. Eleanor Rigby. I feel like I've sang Eleanor Rigby on the string before. Maybe I haven't. But I could do that one again. I sang Let It Be, Aaron. And Kane Yo-Yo, I am familiar with that Sin Cara shirt, the one that you're talking about. Yeah, that one was... I feel like that shirt was... Did anybody actually buy that shirt? I can't imagine if anybody actually bought the shirt. Actually, Gamer 64. Why don't I do it? One second. I'm gonna refresh this script. I feel like my stream, or like my viewing of the stream, is way behind what it should be. I'll catch up with it in just a minute. Or I'll catch up with the chat soon. Mr. Anderson, hey King, can I be your manager since you're no DQ Super Chat champ? Can I be your Paul Heyman? See your new reigning and defending no DQ 24/7 champion. Ken, terminated by Google. Greg, Finn Balor's leaving WWE after SummerSlam. So when he comes back, do you think he will join the club or join with Bray and maybe be the puppets? I hope they do vignettes so I can know who he is. There's going to be a change in Finn Balor once he comes back. I mean, he dropped the Intercontinental title to Shinsuke. He's going into a feud with Bray, which will probably only last till SummerSlam. And then that'll be it for him for a while. He probably needs it. I doubt he'll be a part of the Firefly Funhouse, if that's actually going to be a stable. King Yoga, why is the Yeti called Yeti when he was the mummy? No idea. Because WCW was terrible? Ken says, Eli, I hope and pray that Balor doesn't turn heel. His smile and facial expressions scream white meat babyface. Well, you have to realize, he was a major heel in Japan because he started the Bullet Club. So, Balor can be a heel. We just have not seen that in WWE since he debuted, right out loud, 5 years ago. Finn Balor has not been a heel in WWE yet. Could we see McIntyre retire Taker at SummerSlam? I don't know. I see Taker, and I was watching a stream the other night saying that Taker should wrestle at least till Survivor Series of next year so he can have 30 years in WWE, which is also insane to think about. But McIntyre could face Taker at SummerSlam. I don't see him retiring. So what else do you got? What else do you guys think? Sorry, I forgot. Was Balor's facial expressions make him look threatening and intimidating? I'm not sure what he would change up. He might actually have to change his entrance theme too. King Yo-Yo. So I was talking to my Japanese friend and I was referencing Joshi. Apparently it means high school girl and is heavily associated with X-rated content. I had to clarify Joshi Peresu. Joshi also means female Japanese performer. There's a lot of foreign language class going on right now. Greg, what do you mean change the theme? Well, because Balor is a babyface right now. If he goes heel, he's not going to do the whole. He's not going to do that. At least he shouldn't. Because that wouldn't make any sense. The People's WWE channel, hi, what's up? Good to see you joining the stream. Mr. Anderson, am I the only one that doesn't want to see Natalya and Becky Lynch at SummerSlam? I wish it was Sasha Banks or Ronda Rousey versus Becky. I was hoping it would be Sasha. But I'm not going to complain about Natalya and Becky because those two will put on a good match if they give them the chance. You have to figure, Natty is one of the best in-ring workers they have. So even if you don't believe Natty could beat Becky, they'll put on a good match. Eli Bands, I don't know, Greg. When Daniel Bryan turned heel, they didn't change his theme, just like Brett when he was heel. They may not. They may not change his theme at all. But Balor will have to stop doing the pose. Or something like that. The Crow, Club versus New Day Survivor Series, Club go over? Possibly. The whole Raw versus SmackDown thing is kind of stupid when they're just showing up on every show. So they may not even do that. People's WWE channel. Do you think it will be a fatal four-way for the WWE title? And I reckon Natalya will win at SummerSlam. That would be unexpected. Who else would you put in the fatal four-way though besides Kofi and Orton? That's the question. Maybe Natty will do a screw job on Becky, or Natty might get screwed again. I don't know. I feel like Becky's just going to go over Natty. Just killing time till either Ronda or Sasha comes back, if they do. Maybe Sasha shows up the Raw after SummerSlam. Dustin Herrick, if you could sit down and interview any wrestling personality, past or present, who and what would you want to ask them? Shane O'Mac. And ask him, what the hell is he thinking when he jumps off the side? I don't know. I'd want to interview a bunch of wrestling personalities. But then I'd have to get my own podcast and my own radio show or something like that to actually interview that many people. And also funds to get them on the show. Orton, Joe, Kofi, and Elias in the Fatal 4-Way have Joe take the title. It's a very heel-heavy match, and then have Joe take the title. Does he pin Kofi, or make Kofi submit, or does he take out one of the other two? Kane Yo-Yo, why is Tajiri so underrated? I'm not sure. I'm not sure the answer to that. He hasn't been seeing WWE in a couple years. And prior to that, when it was full-time, it's been many years. The Crow, New Day versus Shield, Wyatt versus New Day, or Shield versus Wyatt. Which stable match you like the most? Shield versus Wyatt's first, New Day versus Shield second, Wyatt versus the New Day third. I did enjoy the storyline though with Woods. It was a good story. They got a good pop with Woods attacked Bray. Lesnar or Rollins, Bayley or Umbro? Probably. I doubt Lesnar's going to have a 1-month reign. And I feel like Bayley's going to retain over Umbro. Since Corbin is out of the Universal title picture, who does WWE feud with next? It looked like they were actually going to have Corbin and AJ feud, which would have been awesome, but AJ just turned heel, so those two aren't going to feud. I don't know. Do you put Corbin with Reigns? What do you do? It'd be terrible if they left him off the SummerSlam card completely. He doesn't have a match right now. It's very interesting. Can you imagine if Corbin becomes the new 24/7 champion? That would be something. Walter and Imperium versus the Undisputed Era of War Games. Well, they're all heels, so would that work? I should turn the Undisputed Era face, but I doubt it. Maybe Corbin versus Ricochet for the U.S. title. Possibly. Well, no, because AJ's the U.S. champion, so that's not going to work. AJ just won the U.S. title at Extreme Rules. Tomorrow's Raw should be really good. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it is good. I hope they use all the legends. I use the term loosely because some of them aren't legends. Some of the past Raw superstars. I hope they use them well. I'm excited to see Melina. It's been many, many years since Melina's been on WWE TV, so this will be cool. Kane Yo-Yo, Greg, have you played SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 story mode? Not in many, many years. But, one second. Six. Oh, seven, there it is. I do own the game. I do have it. I have my PS2 right over here, so I could play it again. I need to get back to my WrestleMania 2000 series, because it's been a while since I did that. Kane Yo-Yo, they had a storyline with the Dead Man, Undertaker, and Chris Benoit after the match. They said Benoit was missing. This was like 6 months before the tragedy. Super creepy. I remember that. And I also remember, like, a day or two before the game came out, Eddie died, and they had a storyline with Eddie and The Undertaker again in, like, the original SmackDown vs. Raw. Or maybe it was SVR 06. I think it was SVR 06. And they had Taker bury Eddie in a Buried Alive match. Also, really unfortunate time. AJ Styles versus Kalisto for the U.S. title or EC3. They know each other from TNA, and EC3 versus AJ will be good. Were they there at the same time? Bro, Here Comes the Pain is getting a reboot. Are you gonna cop? It won't be better than 2K19. If they use... I just saw the report yesterday that the alternate WWE game that they're working on is going to be a similar engine to Here Comes the Pain. Which that would be awesome if they just remade that with the current roster. They said that's not happening now. Ah, damn it. I was hoping. It's just a tease, though. Yes, Greg, remember when AJ versus Magnus happened and EC3 tossed AJ the loss? I wasn't watching TNA at the time. I wasn't sure if their times overlapped. But I guess that makes sense. The TNA Impact video game was so lame. Man, I hated the way the characters looked. Characters actually didn't look too bad. I actually have the Impact game also, which I've never played before. I kind of want to do a series on that. I have so many games that I want to do series on. It's just getting the time to do it. Who do you have as announcers on Raw and SmackDown? I get rid of Michael Cole. Just have him work backstage. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to be on TV. I would have, in a dream scenario, I'd love to have Mauro Ranallo and Mauro Ranallo and Renee Young on Raw, and Corey Graves and Tom Phillips on SmackDown. Graves and Phillips are so good together. Legends of Wrestling was an interesting concept, but the game moved with the turtle and became repetitive. I actually enjoyed Legends of Wrestling 2 a lot. The first Legends of Wrestling was a little wonky. Legends of Wrestling 2 was probably my favorite. They had a really super in-depth story mode, which that was fun. That was fun to play. Legends of Wrestling 3 was abysmal. Like, their hit detection was awful. They did have like the old WCW team on commentary, which was nice, but you know, it was Bobby Heenan post like throat surgery, so it didn't really sound that great. The commentary was repetitive. People's WWE channel. What were your thoughts on Extreme Rules and Evolve? Extreme Rules was a decent show. Haven't got to see Evolve yet, so I can't really talk about that. Ken said, Dustin, are you talking about the Acclaim Legends of Wrestling or WWE's Legends of WrestleMania? Probably the Acclaim version, if I had to guess. Yeah, like I said, the first Legends of Wrestling wasn't great. The second one was better. It was similar gameplay, but I enjoyed it a lot better. Greg, who do you see winning the G1 in New Japan? I'd honestly have to look to see who's all in it. This is what happens when I Snapchat my wife during the stream. What game is it? Oh, cool. There's games on Snapchat. If you listen back to Chris Benoit's theme song, it's so creepy. Lots of creepy things around the Benoit situation. There's still a part of me that thinks that freaking Kevin Sullivan had something to do with it. We'll never know. It's just a conspiracy theory. I wish they'd make a new WWE game that has the engine that No Mercy had on the N64. Yeah. SmackDown 2 Know Your Role is still good. It is. And Ken, you're right. The loading screens are definitely ridiculous. You take a nap. Like, the loading screens are longer than the cutscenes. But it's still a fun game. I'll have to play that again at some point. I don't even remember what I did with it. Rub it in here, I thought. Dustin Herrick. It was weird that they were declared dead via Wikipedia a day before it was announced they died. Yeah, I mean, there's so much unanswered in that whole thing. If you could have called an audible to change the finish of a match based on the crowd's reaction, which would it be? Jinder Mahal and Baron Corbin for the WWE Championship. Because let's face it, Corbin versus Cena for the title would have been better than Nakamura versus Mahal for the title was. The latest WWE game I own is WWE 16, and I stopped buying their games ever since they stopped using the ability to use custom themes. Yes! That pisses me off. You can't create a character and give them a generic theme. Although, I think that they should have a feature where you're like forced to use a generic theme in your like story mode. Because when you go onto like, when you debut with NXT, you're not going to debut with like this spectacular, out of this world theme. You're going to debut with like a freaking jobber theme. And then you work your way up, you get a popular theme or something, you get to make your own theme song or something later on when you finally get over and you reach a certain amount of points, and then you get to use your own theme song for NXT and the main roster. That's what I think they should do. I think that would be that would be an incredibly realistic feature, because theme songs do change over time. So having the ability to change your theme song once you're finally like up top, because you're not going to use the freaking like Breaking the Silence by Breaking Benjamin's my entrance theme. I'm not going to debut on WWE television with that theme song unless I'm like a hugely popular star elsewhere. You know what I mean? So like if you're gonna start in NXT, like, be able to do that. Audible lately, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus at Fight for the Fallen, which I have not seen. I saw a question in there, but that's not even right. Cherry, can you use your music for video games on the modern consoles? I don't think so. The Fire Pro games have that available. Very good. But as far as like PS4 and Xbox One, I don't know why you can't use it there. It's so stupid. You would think technology has evolved to the point where you could just have music on your Xbox or PlayStation and be able to play it. But I think it's a 2K thing mostly. They don't like the custom music. Like they're afraid of like copyright things or whatever. Custom music should mean you can play whatever music you want. It's kind of obnoxious, and it's been. It's so frustrating. Eddie001, what would have been your dream WWE versus WCW 5-on-5 elimination match? Any superstar available? WWE versus WCW. WCW, let's start Hollywood Hogan, Sting, Lex Luger, he was a big WCW guy, Ric Flair, and Double A. Arn Anderson. So we have Flair, Anderson, Hogan, Luger, Sting. Against Shawn Michaels, Triple H, The Undertaker, Bret Hart. I'm putting Bret on the WWF side. And Stone Cold Steve Austin. There you go. The Crow. Greg, have you played Backyard Wrestling? PS2. No, I have not. I've seen reviews for it, and the game looked ridiculous. DDP, Goldberg. I forgot Goldberg. Did I forget Goldberg? You can. The thing is, with choosing a 5-on-5, you have to leave people out. It'd be better if you said, like, who would you throw into, like, a WCW Rumble? Which, funny enough, they did on an episode of Thunder. They did, like, a 30-man Rumble. Which legend should win the 24/7 championship? Eric Bischoff. Why don't they make a game called WCW versus WWE and we can recreate the Monday Night War? Probably a lot of contractual issues with using people that don't work for them. That would be my guess. They wouldn't be able to have Benoit in there. They probably wouldn't be able to have Owen Hart in there. The logistics of that game would be insane. Offer on Brad mode to steal competition. That sounds like a GM mode. People's WWE channel. Will The Rock show up tomorrow? Probably not, unless he's a surprise. Milfman 1986. Scott Steiner is one of the best promo guys ever. Very underrated on the mic. There's a 141 2/3 chance that you're right on that. I guarantee that Goldberg will try to redeem himself, probably at the next Saudi show. As long as it doesn't spear the turnbuckle, it'll be fine. Or get tombstones on his head. Eli Vance. Greg, what I don't understand, WWE made a huge mistake taking the title off of Sasha and Bayley. Now we got a boring tag women's division. What do we do to change it? Actually having the tag champs on the show? I mean, the Iconics are the women's tag team champions, and you don't have them on the show. Like, ever. You have 2 weekly shows. You could send them to NXT or NXT UK or something to have them be available. Because Sasha and Bayley went to NXT for an episode to say they defend the titles there. They never made it there, but. I mean, Dorothy Clown is not in your favorite 5 wrestlers for WWE? No. That is not. Linda McMahon, 24/7 champion. Book it. I'm sure somebody who comes back is going to become 24/7 champion. Probably Santino, because, of course. Do you think this 24/7 garbage will be done by the end of the year? It's not garbage. I love the 24/7 championship. It's awesome. Mr. Anderson, yeah, Steve Kern Skinner would be a nice addition to the WWE team. The Crow, Papa Shango or Doink, who gave you more chills as a kid? Probably Papa Shango. This stuff was super creepy when I was like 6. Mick Foley said he wants the 24/7 title. I mean, it's possible. Sid versus Scott Steiner, Raw reunion, redemption for the second row boot incident. Well, at least half of them will be there. Sid will be at the Raw reunion. Curtis Slater is a former 24/7 champion. That's true. He beat R-Truth for it. And then promptly lost it to freaking Truth again. Mr. Heavy Metal Hero Dude. Hey, Greg, how are you? Doing good. Talking some 24/7 stuff, talking Raw reunion. Everybody was trying to get me to sing songs earlier. Only got one spin to do it, so. Hornswoggle will win the belt, and they will retire the belt like the Cruiserweight don't choose. Curtis Butler, there's a few trolls in here. Yeah, you'll have that. I love the hardcore title because you had legit guys going after it, not just guys stuck in catering with nothing to eat. Mr. Anderson, I like the 24/7 Drink Maverick's wife. I mean, Renee Michelle is absolutely gorgeous. No arguments. Dustin Garrett Cherry said he would wrap it up by Tupac. Kane Yo-Yo, Greg's thoughts on intergender wrestling matches. If they're done right, like think of Sami Callihan and Tessa Blanchard. If you can make both of the competitors look legit, go for it. Raw's in Pittsburgh in 2 weeks. Maybe I'll swing down to Pittsburgh and become 24/7 champion myself. That'd be awesome. Greg Cherry, if you could be tag champ with any superstar, I bet you do a stable with Shane and Corbin called the Gurus of Greatness. I think Guru of Greatness is a John Morrison nickname, but Sensational will have to be in the name somehow. Kane Yo-Yo, obviously the White Aiden Coffin made intergender wrestling to be awesome. Yeah, because he would go in there, wrestle women, and he'd beat them, and he'd say he's awesome. Wolfman, who do you think has the best entrance theme in wrestling right now? To me, it's Jericho and Cody. Cody's theme is awesome, and Jericho's is just his Fozzy song, so there you go. Yeah, theme songs are definitely... Theme songs are an underrated part of wrestling. But you figure, especially with the Rumble, it's definitely a big deal to have an interest in there. Andy Kaufman is a very underrated heel, says Ken. He should be a Hall of Famer despite never working for Vince. There are a couple of people who never worked for Vince that are in the Hall of Fame. People's WWE channel wants everyone to go check out their channel. Paul Heyman or Paul Bearer, the better manager? Paul Heyman. you hear Tully Blanchard is Sean Spears' new manager? I did see that. You tell him, Tully. Yeah. Paul Bear is a good manager, but Heenan and Heyman beat him in that aspect. I wonder if Paul Bear's sons are ever going to get into wrestling. But Heenan's just the greatest of all time, both as a manager and as a commentator. Like I watched that Bret Hart and Tom What's His Face match. And Heenan and Monsoon were doing the commentary for that. It was so good. Percy Pringle is obviously a Heenan ripoff. He said it himself. There you go. Is Impact on par or better than the current crappy product that WWE puts on? Says the Lone Wolf. From what I heard, Impact's actually doing really well. And they've had some great matches lately. The Tessa Blanchard, Sami Callihan match being one of them. Big Rocker Johnson. Triple H should take over the club, and then him and AJ should wrestle at WrestleMania. An AJ Triple H match would be interesting, but not with Hunter taking over the club. That's not necessary. That's Andrew for the Rush. But it's not there anymore. As far as I know. He never got a release statement, so I wonder if he just got released and nobody said anything because they didn't want to deal with him. Curtis Butler. Impact just needs cable stability. The thing is, Impact jumps to different homes every chance they get just to keep their television on. Like the fact that they had to go to Twitch to air Impact, it's smart because people just go on their computers and watch on Twitch. It can be anywhere you want. You can watch it. It's actually kind of smart. Dustin, Sherry, or Liz are better female valets than Sunny / Jamie. Luna Vachon. King Yuya, what are your thoughts on people wrestling in like full bodysuit type mascot character outfits? You know, I don't care for Nakamura's like full like bodysuit thing that he does now. I don't know why he doesn't just wear the pants anymore. No idea. Alright, so we're quite a bit into the stream. Ken is still the only Super Chat champion here. Seems to be the case. It's a non-pay-per-view week. People are probably out. I may do some later. When football season comes up, I brought this up earlier. My stream schedule is going to be a little weird, so you're going to have to follow me on Twitter at PA Sensation. You're going to have to go to my Facebook, facebook.com/PA Sensation. Instagram at PA Sensation whenever I decide to actually post there. And you'll have to go to there and freaking figure out where my streams are. Because once football season hits, Sunday streams are not going to be constant. In fact, even the pre-pay-per-view ones are going to be tough. Just because Steelers football is happening. Dustin, man, I just got this 3 p.m. time down on Sunday. Yeah, I still got another month of it. Football season doesn't start till September. Milfman says, do you see them doing Undisputed Era versus the Club and have UE come up after the Rumble, and Roderick Strong should be a major single star? We'll see. I mean, there's been that tease, but both groups are heels, so it's going to be tough. Unless they turn one entire group face, which at this point would probably be the Undisputed Era, because they've been heels the entire time they've been there. Finn Balor will come back as a monster heel, likely. Greg, get ready for Kenny Omega will be number 30 comments in 6 months. That's what to do every year. Yeah. Everybody thinks they know who's going to be the last person in the Rumble. Mr. Anderson says Blue Steelers. Gonna have to learn you. Well, once football season comes up for the Steelers and for Notre Dame, those will be my priorities. Now, if the Steelers play on like a Monday or a Thursday night, then yeah, I'll stream on that Sunday. Or they have a Sunday night game, because that's not a problem for me. But if they're playing 1 o'clock or 4:15 on the Sunday, that's where my focus is going to be. I mean, if you want, I can still do the streams. I've watched the Steelers games and American football. You know, real football. I could watch. I plan on streaming the Notre Dame game, so like reactions to that on my channel, youtube.com/lookatthedraw. The Crow, if my Browns beat the Steelers first meeting, Greg forfeits trivia title to me. No backing out. Or, you know, you can face me for the trivia championship in a trivia match like normal people. I'm not going to rely on my football team to win games for me, because the Steelers like to lose easy games. Games that they should beat teams. They play down to their competition. They always have. So I'm not relying on them for that. Ratnick, will you be storming Area 51? No, because I'm not a dumbass. Ken's got a question about WTC. Steelers are the Roman Reigns of football. Well then, ooh, ah. That's fine. Should Bray Wyatt come out as good guy Bray on Raw? Well, that would be interesting. They should have him do the split personality thing for a while. Oh, get out of here. Screw the Pats. Cheating bastards. The last 2 Super Bowls I've refused to watch because New England's been in it. I'm sick of every single year them being in it. Greg Cherry, have you asked WTC contestants about Kane's supervisor when he was out of a job? I didn't know that was Sarah Logan. She looked pure and different back then. I didn't know that either. I'd have to look back at that. It's like Tommaso Ciampa being the representative for Muhammad Hassan after he strangled the Undertaker with those mask guys on SmackDown. And Big Rocker Johnson's a Lions fan. You know, I would actually like to see Detroit do well. Storming 51 guys or more guys that live in their parents' basements like some wrestle fans. Yeah, if they want to storm Area 51 and get shot, that's on them. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. But... Anyone remember when Kane had to be forced to be in concession stands? Yeah, after the Authority lost the Survivor Series, and Daniel Bryan was, I think it was Daniel Bryan was on the show. They made Kane work in concessions. Good stuff. Browns are the next AFC champs. Screw the overrated Pats and washed up Steelers. I'll agree with screw the Pats, but you were still 7-9 last year. Patriots are pretty well football. What's the most racist thing you've seen in wrestling? Remember that segment with Vince McMahon and Cena at Survivor Series 05? There you go. They should have another WrestleMania at Ford Field. Possibly. I would like to see a WrestleMania in Pittsburgh. I mean, if they can do one in freaking New Jersey twice outdoors, they should do another one in freaking Triple H T segment was more racist. The entire storyline was pretty racist, if you ask me. Xbox blackface with his Ark Henry. Yeah, the parody of the nation. But people weren't as offended. Yeah, the Mexicals riding out on lawnmowers. That was pretty bad. Somebody sent me a super chat so we can get off of racism. My goodness. You weren't a fan of the real American Jack Swagger? I'm not saying the Browns won't be. The Browns won't be a big deal. I think they could be a AFC North threat. I actually think the AFC North is going to come down to the Steelers and the Browns with who's going to win it. I know the Ravens won the AFC North last year. Kind of a fluke, but whatever. Steelers are the Baron Corbin of NFL. Well, I like Baron Corbin, so there you go. I'm thinking about Cherry doing a Keem entrance in the near future. Somebody send a super chat. I'll do an Akeem entrance. I actually like jamming to the Jive Soul Bro song. Did you steal that shirt from Bubba Dudley? No, I didn't. I think the most racist thing in WWE was having Chavo Guerrero be Kerwin White. Yeah, that was a super racist thing. Like, it's not a great thing. Big Rocker Johnson with the $2 super chat. Appreciate that. But does not get the super chat championship. It's $5 or more for the super chat championship. It took me forever to realize AOP's name was a play on the term Akeem's razor. Yep. I mean, Morrow said that on commentary, I believe. Would you rather see Big Ben and Corbin in a match or Shane versus James Conner? James Conner would whip Shane's ass. Big Ben and Corbin probably would actually be a decent fight. The Lone Wolf AFC North should be the top division this year. The Steelers might be in last place with a good record. They will not be in last place in the AFC North. The Bengals are going to be at the bottom of the division for a few years. The Bengals suck. Completely suck. Also took me forever to realize Roman Reigns' logo was 2 R's. Yeah. Greg, how do you feel about a feud with Buddy Murphy versus Kevin Owens? Well, if Murphy ever actually debuts on SmackDown, that'd be good. Quarterback top 5. Are you talking current or all time? Because if you say current, I mean, I have to list Tom Brady just because it drives me nuts, but I have to. Andrew Luck sucks anymore. Like Andrew Luck, ever since he got hurt, it's been awful. How Big Ben isn't in your top 5 is ridiculous. Big Ben may not be as good as he used to be, but he's still damn consistent. Still one of the best passers in the game. Yeah, the Bengals are going to be in last place in the AFC North. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not prediction. It's a spoiler, as Heyman would say. Favre was better in '08 than Ben is now. I don't think that's true. The Colts have like fallen off the face of the map as far as the AFC goes. Or did they make the playoffs last year? I don't remember. They haven't been good in recent years. Yeah, Drew Brees I would agree with for quarterbacks. But the Saints are weird because Drew Brees puts up these ridiculous fantasy numbers, and the team still goes like 6-10 or 7-9. It's like, what is your defense doing, New Orleans? Like, you have one of the best quarterbacks, most consistent quarterbacks in the game, and what is going on? Patrick Mahomes, yes. I mean, I'm not going to argue with that one. Although he might get the Madden curse this year, so they did get the playoffs okay. Okay, the Colts did make the playoffs. They didn't make it far, obviously. But we know how that story went. Patriots went to the Super Bowl and won it again. What did you freaking do? It's that thing that frustrates me about being a football fan. Because the Patriots make the Super Bowl, Alabama makes the national championship. It's like, come on, give us something different. Granted, Clemson whooped on Alabama last year. That was fantastic. I love that. Even though they beat the Irish the week before, which like probably sent me into a depression for a couple days. It actually did. Like, I was legit depressed for like a week after that happened. Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about the Saints being in the. Okay. In past seasons, maybe. I forgot about that blown call for that NFC Championship. I forgot about that. Yeah, New Orleans did get screwed. Was it New Orleans? Yeah. The Saints did get screwed now that you remember. Now that you help me remember. I'm terrible with the NFC side of the thing. But it didn't matter because the Patriots won the Super Bowl. It's like, everything blends together. Mr. Anderson said Steelers are pathetic for letting Antonio Brown go and losing Bell. I'm fine that Brown left. He was a freaking drama queen. Because nothing but problems. Le'Veon Bell never freaking showed up to work. So losing Bell is not a big thing. So we have James Conner. I'm fine with that. We got Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm fine with that. I'm not concerned about the offense this season. Defense is where I have my hiccups. That's where I've had my hiccups for years with the Steelers. The defense is what needs to be fixed. I don't know what Keith Butler thinks he's doing, but he's costing our team way too many damn games. That and terrible pass interference calls in the New Orleans Saints game. Good God, were those calls awful. Steelers versus Notre Dame in a crossover game. Who you got? My Cowboys get snubbed every year. If the Steelers play the Irish, it would probably honestly be the Steelers who would win. Because you figure not everybody from college makes the NFL. And you figure you got some of the best from college playing on the same team against a college team. I would likely go for the Steelers in that game. I'd be rooting for them both, but I don't know. Cowboys made the playoffs, right? See, the Steelers didn't make the playoffs last year. They were a game short because they had to freaking tie the Browns in their first game. Obnoxious. You don't have to tell me with Roethlisberger. And it was absolutely inexcusable. I mean, they dropped some easy freaking games. The fact that they lost to the Raiders like they did was embarrassing. How do we lose to the Raiders and beat the Patriots? How does that happen? Does somebody want to explain to me how we lose to the Raiders and we beat New England? We should have lost to Kansas City. Like that, I mean, that would. Mahomes was freaking insane. He threw 6 touchdowns on us. We were kind of, and the thing is, we almost came back and tied it up. The Steelers' offense was fantastic that game. The defense was ass. Ugh. Anyway. Yeah, I thought Nathan Jones got released like in 2003, 2004 time frame. Greg, what are your thoughts on Sean O'Hare? I liked Sean O'Hare. He had a great gimmick. I thought it could have been special, but they never went past velocity. It's a new season coming up. We'll see what happens this year. It's still frustrating, though. Teams that the Steelers should beat, they lose to. Teams that the Steelers shouldn't beat, they beat. Which you would think means that they should win the Super Bowl every year, but they don't. I don't know. I want to see... The NFL has lost some of its excitement for me. Because the Patriots are always on top. Always on top. They're the John Cena of the NFL. Warhawk Rambo playing TEW on my PC. Good day for it, considering it's almost 100 outside. Yeah, that's true. Radnick says Steelers seem undisciplined. In certain aspects, yes. Like I said, the defense is my hiccup. I'm not concerned about the offense. If Ben is having a good day, I'm not concerned with the offense. You got enough talent there. The O-line has actually been very good for them. I'm fine with that. The defense is where I have a problem. Mr. Henderson, I thought it was funny you guys lost to the Chargers. Oh, the Chargers game was bullshit. The Chargers game was absolute horseshit. I'm going to tell you that right now. Chargers false started like 5 seconds before the ball was snapped on a touchdown play, and it was never called. And they had a block in the back on their punt return for a touchdown. Again, never called. That game was bullshit. You can argue with me all you said, oh, the Chargers beat the Steelers. Bullshit. The referees beat the Steelers. That game was terribly called. Even the announcers were like, oh, man, that was a blatant false start. That wasn't called. Yeah, and it cost the Steelers, it cost them being 7 points down. It was garbage. That game was awful. Travis and I almost went to that game. I would have been even more hot if I was there live because it was such a garbage non-call. But they called offsides on the Steelers on a play they weren't even offsides. It's like the Steelers were going to lose that game because the referees didn't want them to win it. It was garbage. Hot garbage, that Chargers game. I was glad that they lost in the playoffs because fuck them. Such garbage. The Lone Wolf, you want to stop the Patriots, pop Brady on his kneecaps. Yeah. Greg, imagine if Vince bought the NFL, put WWE guys in the league. Cena as quarterback for Steelers, Corbin as tight end, Shane head coach. Oh boy. Curtis, who needs Rift Aaron said when we got Cherry Red on Sunday. There's a new season coming. Tell you what, if I do stream football games on my channel, you get those kind of rants all the time. I won't have any. I probably won't have the wheel pens in. I need to. Dustin there, someone super chat $10. I'm a Lions fan. We're used to getting screwed. Hey, you know what? I have a story about when the Steelers got screwed by the Lions and the referees in that game. Remember the coin toss game in '98 on Thanksgiving? Sitting at my aunt, or not my in-laws, jeez, sitting at my aunt and uncle's house watching that game. Holy crap! I just called it in the air. He said tails. He clearly said tails. Ugh. They beat the Jaguars last season. The Crow. They shouldn't have, but they did. Rod Rambo, I'm a Redskins fan. Oh, I'm sorry. People's WWE channel. Here you go watch Smackville. Maybe. I don't know. Curtis Metal, your rants at Steelers games will be G-rated Disneyland fare compared to my Raiders rants, trust me. You haven't seen my Notre Dame rants. I'm cursing when they're winning. And actually, if I would have been filming my reactions to the Notre Dame Clemson game last year, they were certainly not G-rated. The other team, I mean, we have Steely McBean, which I don't even think is like an official mascot. It sounds more like a porn star. Anyway, I'm doing a rant on Riff's channel about wrestling, and I'm talking about football. That weekend, the Notre Dame got knocked out of the playoffs was a rough one. Because the Steelers beat the Bengals, but then we had to rely on the Browns to get us in the playoffs. The Steelers never should have been in that position. Chargers game was trash. The New Orleans game was trash. You haven't seen my Florida State rants. We get to shame youngster. I like the fact that we're talking football on here. I do. I love football. It's frustrating as all hell, but I love football. I just fell from Notre Dame got drafted to the Steelers. You know, if Ian Book, because Ben Roethlisberger is probably going to retire. If Ian Book got drafted by the Steelers, that would be awesome. Because he's a hell of a passer. Not much mobile quarterback, but Ben isn't really either. I've seen Jason Giambi run faster than Ben Roethlisberger. Jason Giambi is smooth son of a bitch. Smackville is like a live special that they're doing in Nashville. And they have like a triple threat for the WWE Championship. That's all I really know about it. But they probably call it Smackville because the Nashville Predators call themselves Smashville. So I think it's just a play on that. It's a terrible name, but not my place. I don't come up with the names. I don't get paid the big bucks to do that. Whatever they want to call it, they'll call it. It's just another special to watch. Which I don't know why they're doing this with like house show stuff. Like, it's not like a full-blown pay-per-view. And they're not going to have any title changes on there unless it's the 24/7 title, which isn't even on their show anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Got me ranting talking about football. Nashville Predators, why would they? Steelers in Super Bowl and Royal Rumble All-Star lineup are scheduled same time, same location. Who are you choosing? Well, knowing the WWE, the Royal Rumble would not be the same week as the Super Bowl because that would be terrible scheduling for them. I have had to watch an AFC Championship game on the same day as the Rumble. Granted, it was the Patriots losing to the Broncos, so I was okay with that. The Steelers running back of all time, Jerome Bettis, I would say. Who do you think, Jerry? But Bettis is a good one. Yeah, fuck politics. I see, I get fired up about talking about football because I love football. I get fired up talking about politics because I hate politics. Different thing. Rhea Ripley is hot. Yeah. Agreed. Rhea Ripley looks tall on TV. She probably is tall. She's probably like 6'3", 6'4", or something like that. Or she's wearing like lifts in her boots or something. Only a couple of weeks before Hobbs and Shaw's out. Yeah, the Louis with The Rock and Jason Statham and Roman Reigns. Do you agree Sam Bradford is an underrated quarterback? Bradford's decent. I don't know exactly where he's rated as far as everybody else. Because everybody likes to talk about, oh, Aaron Rodgers is an elite quarterback. People say Joe Flacco's an elite quarterback. Whatever. He won one Super Bowl. He had like a good few games. Other than that, Flacco is freaking overrated as a quarterback and probably overpaid too. I would say Sam Bradford's better than Flacco. It's tough there because you have like the quote unquote elites, you have like the solid quarterbacks, then you have like the quarterbacks that are kind of like, so this is the best we got. I'd probably put Bradford in the solid category. He's not elite yet. He has time. Dwayne Haskins has a lot of potential for greatness. Yes, Haskins is a solid quarterback. The hell with Notre Dame. My rants with Arkansas would be beyond rated far with how sorry they are on the field. Yeah, poor Arkansas. Those poor Razorbacks. I don't know. I plan on live streaming my Notre Dame game, so it'll be up for you guys to judge if you decide to watch. Even if you're not an Irish fan, I'll be watching the games regardless. Chris Butler, 5 out of the 6 Steelers losses were 7 points or less. Well aware. You don't have to remind me of that frustration. Remember when Cam Newton choked in the Super Bowl? Yep, Super Bowl 50. Reigns is basically himself and Hobbs and Shaw. He even does the spear. That's not surprising. Buy and stream TEW. I actually downloaded like Extreme Warfare Revenge, which was like the predecessor to TEW. I was thinking about doing like a series where I just created a bunch of people and ran my roster that way. I'm not a football fan. I just like acting like I do things. Ben is like the Roman Reigns of football. He's over. Why is Roethlisberger overrated? He's won 2 Super Bowls. He's actually led the league in. I think he led the league in passing last year, like passing yards. I don't get it. Are you a fan of Sam Darnold? No, because he went to USC. But it was funnier than hell watching the Notre Dame USC game a couple years ago. And like they are talking him up like he's the most elite quarterback, like he's the greatest quarterback in the world. And then Notre Dame goes out there and slaughters up 49-14. That made my heart so happy. Like I was sick during that game. And just watching Notre Dame slaughter USC in that game made my heart so happy. Anyway, speaking of Sandow, I'm happy that Aaron Stevens is back from retirement. I didn't know he retired. Yeah, he did retire for a little bit, but I'm glad. Sandow's a good talent. Maybe we'll see him in WWE again someday. I hope he gets his passion back, because he was entertaining. He would actually fit well with the 24/7 title and all that stuff. Big Ben equals future Hall of Famer, absolutely. Speaking from a somewhat neutral standpoint of a Redskins fan. I do feel bad for the Redskins. Like, I feel like they have talent there, and they just catch bad breaks, like injuries and all that stuff. I got nothing against the Redskins. At least not yet. Am I a fan of the Resident Evil games? No, I've never played them. So I can't. I don't know if I'm a fan or not. I've never played them. Will you be watching Jumanji 3? I haven't even seen the first one yet. Or the second one. Or the last Jumanji with The Rock and Kevin Hart. I haven't seen that yet. I'm sure I will at some point. Damian Sandell will be perfect for the 24/7 title. Absolutely. Sadly, when I watch college football, the quarterbacks never even made the NFL. Vince Young, even Reggie Bush, who had a bright future, isn't doing much. Oh, you mean Reggie Bush, who had to be pushed and cheated his way to beating the Irish? Yeah, I remember that game, the Bush game. Don't have to remind me about that one. But Vince Young and Texas beating USC in the national championship. It's fine for me. Which 6 wrestlers would you like to see in the Cruiserweight show? Zack Sabre Jr. would be cool if he ever got signed. It's tough because you don't want to overload the 205 Live, like the Cruiserweight division, because it's only an hour show. I still say that they should move it to freaking Full Sail and do the shows in front of a crowd who will appreciate it. But that's just me. I hope Sando goes to AEW. He is friends with Cody. That's a possibility too. Aaron Stevens could show up in AEW. That would be fine. How about Eric Young be the new GM for 205 Live? He's not doing much of anything else. The Steelers' worst game was against the Seahawks. I don't know. Their game against the Raiders was embarrassing. It was not. It was obviously not the Steelers' best season last year. Frustrating. Vince Young beat USC in that title game. I remember. I watched the end of that game where Vince Young ran it in for a touchdown and beat him. Randy Orton uncensored would be great in AEW. I doubt at this point Orton goes to AEW. He's been with WWE for almost 17 years now on the main roster, so probably over that now. The SmackDown Live goes to Fox with 205 Live Beyond Friday. I'm not sure what they're going to do with 205 Live. They may cancel it altogether and just have the Cruiserweights be a part of SmackDown. I'm not sure. I don't get how everyone disrespects Ben when he's been to the Super Bowl 3 fucking times. When overrated Ash Drew, I Sting at a postseason, Breeze, and Aaron Rodgers both been to the Super Bowl 1 time each. Well, unfortunately, the time Aaron Rodgers was there, he beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl. Breeze has been to the Super Bowl. He also won. But Ben won his second season in, and then a couple of years later, he won it again. So I don't get where the hate on is. Roethlisberger, I mean, people don't care for his personal life, whatever. But he does the talking on the field. Imagine if Steelers win the Super Bowl and Big Ben says I'm going to WrestleMania instead of Disney World. He's a wrestling fan. He's a former guest host on Raw, so it's possible. What are some of your favorite fast food places to eat at? I don't know if Sheetz is considered fast food, but it's delicious food. I'm also an Arby's guy. I can eat stuff at McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger King, but Arby's is my jam. Put the Cruiserweights on Raw. They might as well. Whatever happened to Darren Young? He was working the Indies, I'm guessing. Wawa is awesome. Oh, here we go. The Sheetz versus Wawa debate. I'm a Sheetz guy. Always have been. Been to Wawa. Didn't care for it. Yeah, we don't have it in and out over here. Five Guys also isn't bad. A little expensive, but not bad. Eli, can you imagine when the Canellises have a match with Drake and his wife? Get ready for the crickets. Well, Maria's pregnant, so that's not going to happen. And Renee Michelle's a good wrestler, too. So, I mean, she was in the Mae Young Classic for a reason. I'll have to take your word for it. I've never been to any of them. The Crow says people call Big Ben overrated like Brady isn't. If Brady didn't have an offensive line, he wouldn't be able to do all that. Give credit to the Patriots' offensive line because that's where they're stacked. Future shocker. Didn't she just have like 4 to 6 kids a few years ago? You're thinking of Christy Hemme. Christy Hemme had quadruplets. Greg, 3 legends you will see as a commentary that could be good. If I could pick them from anywhere, I'd like even bring them back to life. I'd have Monsoon and Heenan do it again. Yeah, Renee Michelle was in the Mae Young Classic. She actually lost in her first round to Candice LeRae. Apparently, Chad Gable versus Jack Gallagher had a hell of a matchup 205 Live. I mean, that's not surprising considering the talent in there. Give the Pats owner credit for how he manages the team. Yeah, how he manages his pocketbook with prostitutes, too. Good on you, Robert Kraft, getting all that prostitute money to spend. Shawn Michaels is going to be play-by-play this Tuesday. I know he's going to be on commentary. I don't know if it's going to be a full-time gig or if he's just doing it for the sake of doing it. It should be good. He did commentary for Halftime Heat with that NXT 6-man tag. So it'll be interesting to see how he works a full show. What are your thoughts on Bray Wyatt's new gimmick? I hope it does well for him. The Lone Wolf, Brady doesn't really have much of a great O-line there. Good have gotten good at the end of the year. Yeah, the Patriots start slow and then they pick it up. It's the same story every year. The Crow, I give Big Ben 2 more seasons before he retires. He's getting old. Yeah. It's probably going to happen. That's what I'm saying. I hope the Steelers are looking at quarterback options because they're going to need to because they're not going to have Ben forever. It's frustrating. All right. Got about a half an hour left. Wheel Penson's still here. If anybody wants to spin it, get me off the football topic. Or, if I land on Road Stories, you can make me cut a promo on something. Because I changed the Road Stories to cut promos. So, just for the sake of that. So, take a spin on the wheel of Penson. Yay! I don't even know what happened. Oh, got back to its original spot. Sweet. The Patriots have the easiest division also. Yeah, they play the Jets twice a year. The Jets suck. Jets suck so hard. I mean, they lose to the Dolphins, so that's nice. And who else is in there? Bills aren't that great either. So yeah, the Patriots have a cakewalk of a division. It's like Alabama all over again. They get so many easy games on their schedule. It's ridiculous. Do you think the Natalya-Becky match at SummerSlam will be the bathroom break match? I don't think so. I actually think that's going to be a really good technical match, as long as they give them the chance to. The Jets are the most dysfunctional team in the NFL. They're the new Cleveland Browns. Yeah, I mean, the Jets are so bad. Why do people hate on Mark Sanchez? Butt fumble. That's why. Also, USC, so screw him. Yeah, Ken's still the champ. Yeah, but Bama played the Citadel last year. What the hell was the Citadel? Granted, Alabama and the Citadel were tied at the half, which was fantastic, and I enjoyed the crap out of that. And then Bama blew them out by 30-some points. It's give them competition. I enjoy Tony Romo's commentary. He's a good fit. It's better than listening to Phil Simms. My gosh, I couldn't stand listening to Phil Simms with Jim Nantz. Tony Romo is the king of fumbling. Yeah, especially if you have him out there as a holder for an extra point. That's probably still a sore spot for Cowboys fans. If Jeff was in here, he'd be like, "Oh, yeah, Jeff's a Cowboys fan." USC quarterbacks don't have the greatest success in the NFL. Ever noticed? Yeah. Notre Dame quarterbacks seem to have better success, generally. There was this Joe Montana guy. Romo talks too much on commentary. I forget he is perfect most of the time. I like listening to Jim Nantz. Jim Nantz and Tony Romo's a good team. Ian Eagle and Dan Fausto, I think it's probably one of my favorite NFL commentary teams, personally. I never cared for Simms. He talks... But I would take Phil Simms in a heartbeat over Chris Collinsworth. Screw Chris Collinsworth. I would rather listen to Phil Simms than Chris Collinsworth. Easily. Remember when Jim Nantz accidentally called Eli Manning a giant bitch? I don't remember that. Is there a clip of that somewhere? I kind of want to hear it. Or really Jimmy Clausen as Gangbusters. Jimmy Clausen was never that great, to be fair. He was mediocre when he was with the Irish. I have no idea how he got drafted. Because he got drafted off of a 7-6 season. Collinsworth is a douche. Yes, he is. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are fine. I don't mind listening to him. I don't get a chance to listen to him very often because the Steelers are AFC and they don't play on Fox that often. We should get a lot of football marks so Cherry can turn into his version of Rip Aronson. All right, we'll see you, Mr. Anderson. Greg is a Matt Stafford knockoff. How do you compare me to Matt Stafford? Yeah. I don't know. Streaming football games might be very interesting, though. I may just have to put the games on my TV and stream on here. That'd be fun, actually. That'd be too much for me. Johnny and also make a great marriage couple. People really don't like Joe Buck on commentary. I don't mind him. Personally. Aaron probably left the chat because we were talking sports. Were you a Michael Vick fan? Not really. I know he played for the Steelers for a year, but I didn't really care for him. And do you think Kaepernick will be in the league again one day? No. Pain in the ass he is. Social justice warrior Kaepernick thinking he deserves a spot in the NFL when he's a mediocre quarterback. He went to the Super Bowl and lost. Whoop-de-dang. And nobody's a Michael Vick fan. If he wouldn't have done the dog fighting, it probably would have been fine. Because he was a great player. But Yankees fans despise Joe Buck. I actually don't care. Which is funny, because I'm a Yankees fan and I actually don't mind Joe Buck. Well, fuck Aaron and his non-sports watching ass. Yeah, maybe Caitlin can get him to watch some sports. Of course, Caitlin's dad's a Michigan fan, so he won't get that much enjoyment at college football. Oh, Kane Yo-Yo. I don't have enough American. Don't know enough about American football to have a high IQ take on this. Apparently, I don't either because I thought the Saints sucked last year and they were in the NFC Championship. So apparently, I don't pay attention either. I didn't watch the Super Bowl this year because I know we're the same Yankees fans. There you go. And I've been terrible. The fact that I work so much, it drives me nuts because I don't get to sit down and watch some Yankees games. And they're doing really well this season. Are they still on top of the AL East? Last time I saw they were. I'm so bad with watching Yankees games. I don't mean to be. I just don't get a chance to. You know a lot about the NFL. Well, that's good. I enjoy football. That's my jam. Your thoughts on the failure of the AAF? It sucks. It sucks. It really does. Trevor Lawrence to the Steelers would give you guys a steal. That would be sweet. Trevor Lawrence was a beast for Clemson. The Yankees lost to the Rockies tonight. Damn it. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence has probably got at least another year or two because he's a freaking freshman. He's a freshman and he was a beast for Clemson. That's scary. So like NFL is like the XFL, right? Yes, the NFL is like the XFL. I might watch the XFL when it comes back. I didn't get a chance to watch the AAF. Not because of lack of interest, because of lack of time. AAF sounded like a scam or a Ponzi scheme. I don't even know if they finished their season, honestly, before they ran out of money. I do hope the new XFL takes off. Maybe Vince will focus on creative for that instead of creative on SmackDown. I am so ready for the Yankees to be back in the World Series. It's been a long time. I think the last World Series championship they won, I was hoping the ninth inning was going to go longer so they could actually win the World Series championship on my birthday. It's like 11:50 p.m. and the game ended. I was like, I'm happy they won, but I would rather have the championship happen on my birthday. It was so close. 2 of the Steelers. I'd be okay with that. I would, as much as I don't care for Alabama, all the announcers talked up Tua like he was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Even though he was hurt for quite a bit of the freaking SEC championship game. I didn't think they finished the season. They were like 3 or 4 games in. Guys, how would a man who doesn't have experience as running a football league do well as a football player? Well, technically he has experience with the first season of the XFL. Maybe he learned. As a Redskins fan, we have a lot of players from Alabama. I'm sure a lot of Bama players get drafted. I'm sure they do. Can you explain why you don't like the Patriots and Tom Brady using pro wrestling terms? The Patriots are always put over. I mean, they're forced down our throats. They're always main eventing. They don't give other teams a chance. We want to see other teams be the champion. We don't want to see him main eventing and jobbing other teams out. We want to see somebody come up and make the Patriots job. And the evil chairman of the NFL, Roger Goodell, seems to like having these hated teams be on top all the time. It's ridiculous. Greg, are you a fan of Hollywood Brown from Oklahoma? I don't know if I'm familiar with him. I didn't. The only Oklahoma game I watched was like the end of Oklahoma, Texas, when my wife and I were coming back from our cruise. And yes, Goodell sucks. That's universally accepted. So the other teams are just jobbers to the John Patriots team. That sounds bad. You're telling me. Teams sometimes get a win when it doesn't matter, but the Patriots are always pushed to the moon. You watch Bedlam, OU versus OSU. I would honestly like to watch more college football. I specifically make time to watch the Irish games. I don't get to watch the Oklahoma State, or Oklahoma, Texas, or Pitt, West Virginia, or Ohio State, Michigan. There's a lot of rivalry games that I would like to watch, but Hollywood that got drafted by the Ravens, baby Antonio. Oh, okay. I got you now. I'm still not super familiar with him. I know he's related to Antonio, but if he's a good receiver, fine. But I don't know. LSU is greater than Notre Dame. Really? Tell that to the last 2 times they were in a bowl together. Notre Dame beat LSU the last 2 bowl games they were in. I like how this chat is turning into a football stream for an hour. I wouldn't be surprised if this stream ends with football chat. I love talking football. Chris Butler says choke level. KC chokes. Kansas City, there were some questionable calls in that AFC Championship game, too. But be that as it may. So, yeah, this is. I mean, I'll tell you what. I may start doing, like, weekly football streams. Maybe I'll do, like, Steelers post-game streams on my channel and just talk about what I've seen. That's a good idea. Instead of, like, streaming the games, I'll do, like, a post-game recap. I like that. I think I'll start doing that on my channel. Steelers post-games. You guys can ask me questions. So that way you're not sitting with me for 3 hours plus for a Steelers game. I just do like a quick 20-minute post show and that's it. That's a good idea. I like it. Notre Dame games, I'll probably stream the whole thing. But is there Chris Benoit of the NFL? Aaron Hernandez, but he's dead. It's tough. Ooh. Man. That was rough, O.J. Simpson. Well, yeah, but the thing is, Aaron Hernandez actually hung himself, too. Eagles and Cowboys was game of the year. And there's Caitlin. Hey, Caitlin, we were just talking about you. We were just talking about you when we talked about college football. The former No DQ 24/7 champion is here. And the future Mrs. Riff, that's correct. Yeah, we were talking about college football. I mentioned that your dad's a Michigan fan. And I lulled because I'm a Notre Dame fan. What was the best Steelers game I've seen? Super Bowl 43. It's one of my favorites. I've only been to a couple Steelers games live, surprisingly. Tickets are just expensive. But the couple games I went to, the Steelers and the Ravens game on a Monday Night Football when I was in 2005. That game was a lot of fun. Steelers beat the Ravens on a last-second field goal on Myron Cope Appreciation Night. Myron Cope was such a legend on that radio broadcasting. Pittsburgh. So that was cool to see him there and hear him back on the mic for that game. And that was the year the Steelers actually went to win their first Super Bowl since the 70s. So it was cool to have gone to a game in a Super Bowl season. Who's the Stone Cold of the NFL? I'm not sure. Which NFL player drinks a lot? The Crow. I take that back. Michigan versus Irish are always intense. I'll tell you what. I missed All In last year because Michigan and Notre Dame was on. Notre Dame football takes precedence over wrestling for me. I know that sounds like a big deal with me being the wrestling trivia champion for almost 500 days, but Notre Dame football takes precedence over pretty much everything. That's just the way it is. Because my dad's a huge Notre Dame fan, and that's like one of our big connections. So every Saturday and a Monday this year, which is really weird, I gotta watch Notre Dame football. So that's that. Same with you and the Redskins. See, it makes sense. And you know what? If there's a WWE pay-per-view and a Steelers game on at the same time, which I don't know if there is this season. I don't know if they posted their times. I'll have to look. I don't think there's a Steelers game and a pay-per-view on at the same time. Hopefully not. Crap, I missed. Or did I? Oh, I'm so close. Oh no! Oh, that was lame. There we go. That was terrible. Okay, well, I look up the news versus comments, so. I can't look him up. There we go. And block. Okay. Okay. So what else is going on? We only got like 10 minutes left on the stream. Somebody send a super chat so I can do an entrance to close this out. Otherwise, Ken is the only champion. Yeah, Caitlin, if you're back, ban that guy. No racist comments are necessary. I blocked him, but I don't know if I have the authority to like ban him completely. Um, 10 minutes left, and Marshall Leonard, you just caught on right at the end. Looking for one more super chat to do an entrance or something of the like. Get me to sing a song. Get me to cut a promo. Get me to cut a promo on like something football related because that's been the last hour of the stream. Not much, Marshall. Ken has been the super chat champion for a couple hours now, and he may end the stream the same way unless somebody comes in at the end. You're at work. No problem. You reported that guy? Okay, cool. Wrestling with Kobe. Appreciate it. Yeah, we don't need that kind of chat in here at all. Tell you what, next person to give me. We got 10 minutes left. I'm going to make a deal with you guys. If you send $10, you get 2 spins. You get a buy one, get one free spin. Next person to send a super chat in the next 10 minutes. Buy one, get one spins. The last 10 minutes of the stream. You can become super chat champion. You can get 2 spins. You can win a shirt. You can watch me do an entrance. Something like that. It's up to you guys. Too bad Mr. Anderson left. I would have given him a free spin with the super chat. Or Hawk Rambo. Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does. Yeah, so only 8 minutes left in the stream. That's what I'm hoping for. If you spend 5 or more on the super chat, you can deliver a Starship paint on me and be the new champion. There you go. But 5 does not get a spin though. 5 can win you the championship. Does not give us and sing HBK's theme song. Next person to give a $20 super chat donation, I'll call into one of Greg's live streams on Skype. I really should do the call-in thing. I actually don't, but I could probably start doing that. Get you guys more involved. Perhaps I'll do that. I don't want to completely rip off Aaron's streams. I mean, the spin is ripped off from another one, but that's beside the point. Excuse me. So, but if somebody, only got 5 minutes left for a possible double spin here. $10 super chat gives you a spin. And if you want to give the spin, that's up to you. If you want to keep the spin and be a selfish prick, then go ahead. $10 gets you 2 spins. 5 minutes left. You win the Super Chat Championship and you get 2 spins. $10 donation. Is he still around? Do we have a moderator in here? Everybody just block him in the chat. Because I have him blocked, so I don't see anything he's posting. $10 super chat gets you 2 spins and the Super Chat Championship. Hold on, let me see if I can get. Hold on. Only a couple minutes left, guys. All right, Marshall's out. We'll probably see you next week. 5 minutes left for somebody to take the Super Chat Championship from Ken. I mean, I guess Ken can technically retain the championship if he sends it again. He can just beat somebody, and somebody challenges him, and he pins him, and retains the title. Guys, just ignore him. Curtis Butler took 2 spins last week for himself. I don't care if you do it. That's completely up to you. If you do it, that's fine. I think Aaron judged you for that more than me. It's a buy one, get one spin right now. With 3 minutes left. Not much time. I will go a little bit over if I do get that Super Chat. Just to fulfill the Super Chat thing, and then we'll go from there. And if not, I want to get my plugs out now, just in case a Super Chat is coming. I want to get them out now. You can go to facebook.com/PASensation. You can go to Twitter, follow me at PASensation. Instagram at PASensation. YouTube.com/LookAtTheDraw is my YouTube channel. Go over there and go subscribe, especially if you want to watch my football reactions and my Steelers post-game shows. I wish Mike B was here. He usually gets a lot of Super Chats. I don't know if you chat with him, Chip. I don't know if he's aware of this stream happening. He might just be an error guy, but somebody needs to message him to get him on these streams if he sends a lot of Super Chats. Anyway, youtube.com/LookAtTheDraw. I'm going to start doing Steelers. If two of you donate $5, I'll split a spin amongst each of you. That's fine. I'm going to do Steelers post-game stuff on there. I'm going to do my Notre Dame stuff over there. I'll be uploading a lot of the BYWE stuff if you guys want to check that out. After this weekend, though, I want to make sure I get all the DVDs and stuff ready for us to watch a bunch of ridiculous and not that great wrestling, admittedly. And if you ever want to support the channel, you can, even when I'm not streaming, you can go to streamlabs.com/LookAtTheDraw1, and you can send a tip there if you want to do that. Yes, we can have co-champions going off the air, but you only have like 2 minutes to do it. You only have like 2 minutes to do it. So go do it. Ken is looking like he's going to be the champ going off the air, so. If you donate $5, Dustin, I'll give you a spin. That's fine. You'll just get the one spin, but it's like half price, so it's fine. And I'll count for your Super Chat championship win, and we'll go from there. So, Dustin, I'll give you a minute or so. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm glad we had this discussion today. It gives me something to look forward to in the future. I can do Steelers post-game in one of my jerseys and try and pretend like I'm Mike Tomlin and explaining everything. There we go, Dustin. $5 Super Chat. You are the new No DQ Super Chat champion. And going off the air we'll get you a spin. So here we go. Let's tilt the camera down so we can see. There we go. Let's hope you get something good. Entrance. All right, Dustin, what wrestler entrance do you want me to do? Just let me know, and I'll pull it up, and I'll do it real quick, and we'll go off the stream with me completing that entrance. So I will do the wrestler's entrance, and I will see you guys next week after I complete this. So go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, follow me on all of those at PA Sensation. Follow the fan page at PA Sensation. Go over there. YouTube.com/Look at the Draw, of course. HBK Classic. All right. So, Shawn Michaels' entrance to go off the air. Let's do it. As I find my music. See you guys next week.